my name's Taylor, and on this channel I talk about self-care, health, fitness and veganism. In today's video I'm going to be telling you 10 film recommendations as I am a film graduate. I graduated from the University of Sydney last year in June 2020 with a Bachelor of Arts in Film Studies and Spanish and Latin American Studies. It's also winter here in Australia, so I know a lot of you watching this will be cozy inside, so I thought why not tell you some of my favourite films of all time. All of the films I will be listing today are quite easy to find either on Netflix or through some other online streaming service. Like this video if you do like where it's going so far, and without further ado, let's get into the video. My first film recommendation is Roma. It was released in 2018, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. It's also on Netflix. It is absolutely stunning. Hands down, one of the best films I've ever seen. Roma is about Cleo, who is a domestic worker and the family she works for during Mexico in the 1970s. It also really delves into the political landscape of the time and the political instability. The film is a semi-autobiographical take on the director's life. It will break your heart, although it is stunning and an absolute cinematic masterpiece. My second film recommendation is Into the Wild. It was released in 2007, so it is getting a little bit old now, but the story is absolutely priceless and it is based on an amazing book called Into the Wild. It is based on the true story of a man called Chris McCandless who rejects society and decides to live life on his own terms. It does have quite a tragic ending and it does delve into the problems of our modern society. And if you're anything like me and the last couple of years have left you feeling pretty uncertain and a little bit doubtful of some of our society's systems, I feel like you may resonate with this film quite a lot. The Piano, directed by Jane Campion and released in 1993. The film is set in colonial New Zealand and follows the story of a mute woman who has been sent to New Zealand for an arranged marriage. This film is very universal for women everywhere, and I find that a lot of people will be able to relate to her position on varying degrees. It really highlights the tyranny of the patriarchy. Number 4 is A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, released in 2014, directed by Anna Lily Amirpour. It is a Persian film and it is categorized as a horror romance film. I would like to call it a feminist dream. It is about a female vampire who preys on disrespectful men. This is one of my favorite films of all time. The cinematography and composition of each shot is absolutely beautiful. The film is a feminist neo-noir, western thriller and horror film all in one, and I absolutely love it. The Platform, released in 2019, which is on Netflix, is a social science horror film based on a thought experiment that critiques the role of capitalism in our modern society. Hint, this film gets very dark very quickly, and I would warn you to not watch this film if you don't like watching things about cannibalism. Number 6, one of my favourite films of all time, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It was released in 2010. It is an action romance film where Scott Pilgrim embarks on a journey to defeat his girlfriend's 7 evil exes. It is based on a graphic novel called Scott Pilgrim and feels like you're watching a video game. It is an absolute cult classic, so you'll either love it or hate it. It's a very divisive film, but who doesn't love Michael Cera's awkward humour? Number 7 is La La Land, released in 2016. It's a musical where actors show you what it's like to be actors. I haven't actually watched this one for a while, but I did find it quite inspirational when I first watched the film. I also studied it at university because it does elevate Hollywood's genre tropes and industry to a whole new level, and I absolutely love the soundtrack, and I genuinely put on some of the music before I go for an acting audition. Number 8 is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which was released in 2008 and stars Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey. The film is about two lovers which are constantly fighting and use a memory device in order to wipe the memories of their previous relationship. I believe this film isn't a romance film and highlights the dangers of being stuck in a relationship that is too broken to mend. It is very creative in how it portrays these themes. This film can be a little bit depressing, to be honest. I did include it in one of my films to watch if you were going through a breakup. I'm not quite sure if that was a very helpful suggestion. If you're going through a breakup, proceed with caution. Number 9 is Hiroshima, Mon Amour, released in 1959 by Alain Rez. Oh my gosh. This film is set in Hiroshima post-World War II and follows the conversations of two lovers. The point of this film is to convey how impossible it is to capture the memory of an absolutely horrific event. It's one of the most beautiful films I've seen to date. If you do like old films, I highly recommend. And the last and final film I recommend is Suffragette. It's a historical drama set in London during the women's rights movement. I remember feeling extremely fired up. Not only does this film do an amazing job to commemorate the real women who sacrificed their lives and their livelihoods to get us women the vote, but it also includes an amazing cast of Carey Mulligan, Meryl Streep, and Helena Bonham Carter. All of these films might not be films that you like to rewatch again and again. Maybe you've seen these before, but honestly, the way they're constructed is absolutely amazing, and the way that they communicate their ideas are absolutely revolutionary. I hope that you enjoy these films. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of these films if you do decide to watch them. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. Until next time, guys, stay safe and enjoy your viewing.